Is gray still trendy? No. And while we could end the video right there, it's not quite that simple, because while there are many grays that are no longer trendy, there's some that are still kicking it. And it also comes down to how much gray. In the last years, we did a lot of gray tile floor, gray cabinets, gray wall color, gray backsplash. We were swimming in gray, just like from the early 2000s when we went beige on beige on beige with the Tuscan trend. We went too far with gray. That's the problem with trends. Gray itself, used in moderation, can last a very long time. It's when it's overdone or used on the wrong thing. So what we're going to focus on here is the grays that are no longer trendy. And if you love gray, seriously, if you love gray, I don't want you getting butthurt about this, because I'm not shooting you down. You can love gray and it cannot be trendy. It can be like the fuggliest color going. But if it's your home and you love your home and you're not selling it, love it. I have gray cabinets. I love my cabinets. I even painted my interior doors gray and have many gray rooms. I love gray, and I am not hurt that gray is no longer trendy, because it's my home and I love it. But if you're worried about resale, you're worried about trends, or you're ready for a change, you're wondering if gray is the right way to go, more or less, it's not. But there are exceptions. So let's get this party started. We're going through a range that aren't working. I'll do a brief talk about why. Sherwin-Williams Passive. Too cool, too fussy. Its undertones are too unpredictable. Benjamin Moore Horizon. Kind of looks murky, a little bit of green in there. Gray Screen, super popular. Nice stormy gray. Of the cool grays, this will be a little bit more popular. One reason why these cool grays aren't as popular, or maybe are better for bedrooms, is because they tend to not suit as many interior finishes. There's not a ton of interior finishes that actually have a cool blue or a cool green or a cool violet in them. Most of them lean a little bit warmer. Sherwin-Williams On the Rocks. That one's definitely borderline. If you had it in a single room, no problem. Most of these are no problem in a single room. It's when you already have gray cabinets and you have a gray floor or a gray wash wood floor. Sherwin-Williams Light French Gray. Don't worry, we'll be through in a minute and then we'll get to some of the gooders. Benjamin Moore Gray Owl. Now this one, it's funny, I should have Stonington Gray too, but I don't think I do. Benjamin Moore Gray Owl and Stonington Gray are still popular and they've been going for a long time. But if you ask me, it's because they're familiar. It's not because they suit a ton of interior finishes. It's because they've been around a long time. They've been talked about a lot. Doesn't make them trendy or the best finishes for your space. I find that with their undertones, having like green and blue, they're less inclined to suit your countertop, your tiles, and better for a bedroom and office, a room that doesn't have as many picky, hard finishes to coordinate with. Repose Gray, I stay away from Repose Gray. A lot of you guys love it. Its undertones are too unpredictable and it needs good natural light or it looks muddy. Now, let's look at grays that are still kicking it. Will these go? Of course, everything ebbs and flows, and some of these are slowly on the way out. There's a few that I think are going to last for the long haul, depending on, again, what you surround them with. If they're flexible enough and you choose good finishes that flex with them into different trends, they're going to last a lot longer. Benjamin Moore Rodeo, and you will see consistencies with these. Benjamin Moore Rodeo, nice soft gray, passive warmth. Doesn't cater hard to violet or green. Love it. Benjamin Moore Revere Pewter. I don't see this one ever, while it might not be super on trend, it won't be out of style like some of the grays will. Like it won't immediately date your home if you've used it in moderation. I have this on my kitchen cabinets. I love it. Crazy love. Benjamin Moore Collingwood. This is a good transitional one. It will go, but I would say for those transitioning of the cool grays and their finishes still suit like a slightly cooler look, Collingwood's a great transition. It has a violet undertone. Benjamin Moore Classic Gray, beautiful color, nice soft warmth. Tips it a bit towards taupe, which I like. You can also look at Sherwin-Williams Egret White. There's also pale oak, but it can pop pretty pink. You want to be careful. And Sherwin-Williams Gossamer Veil is hot, but I'll say while it's hot and it's beautiful, it's kind of murky green undertone, can be tricky. Be careful with your finishes. A lot of interior finishes cater more to violet than green, so just check it. And what is consistent with those? They're all warm. They're all warm, some nodding a bit at grayish, like you could also look at Sherwin-Williams Worldly Gray, Sherwin-Williams Agreeable Gray, where they tip that little bit warmer without hitting the beige and tan worlds. or they tip into taupe, which is that little bit of a violet pink undertone. Those are the ones that are going to last you longer versus the ones that are cool. However, once you add some depth, all bets are off. So when you add depth, sometimes undertones are a little bit more noticeable. And if you ask me, that's what's saving a lot of these colors, is because they're really neat hybrids of color and neutral. For example, we can look at Benjamin Moore Silver Mink, gorgeous blue-green-gray blend. Benjamin Moore Sea Haze, green gray. Benjamin Moore Iced Marble, kind of in between the two a little bit. Sherwin-Williams Serious Gray, a little bit more depth again. Now these ones, sure, you're not going to paint your whole home this, but that's the point with any trend. Like if you do your whole home, there's a chance that down the road you're going to have to paint your whole home. Whereas if you can do a little mix and match, you have a little bit better chance of your home taking you into future trends. But unless you're like me, who likes to paint every year anyway, so I don't mind changing. Now, as soon as we get darker, yes, you can totally color drench a room. Love it. I would totally do it. But these are more, we're talking like accent walls, kitchen cabinets, front doors, islands. Grays, some of these just won't ever go to style, especially when something is really well suited to an interior finish and it's being used as an accent. It's less about it being a trend and more about it being really well suited to the space, and it's not on such a large scale that it's overwhelming. Dovetail, nice warm gray. Sherwin-Williams Gauntlet Gray would be pretty too. Benjamin Moore Metropolis, super pretty. Benjamin Moore Kendall Charcoal, been kicking it a long time. Lovely dark gray. Like it just, unless your whole home is gray on gray on gray, yeah, it's gonna look dated, but this gray will never go away if it's used in moderation. You want to paint your front door Kendall Charcoal, it won't look like you know, oh, you updated your home in the gray trend. It's like, no, if your home suits Kendall Charcoal, it's gonna look badass. It's awesome. Sherwin-Williams Grizzle Gray, awesome green gray, love it. Sherwin-Williams Web Gray, talk to me, love it. Benjamin Moore Chelsea Gray, and I have reviews like for pretty much all these colors. I either have a video review or I have a review on my blog with photos. Check it out. I'm just skipping through here so you can get your eyeballs on them. Oh, there's our Gauntlet Gray I talked about. Awesome, beautiful front door color. Benjamin Moore Charcoal Slate, now we're picking up some blue. These are all kind of hybrids. Sherwin-Williams Peppercorn, Sherwin-Williams Web Gray, my heart. So long story short, yes, gray is not trendy anymore. It's out of style. And don't shoot the little ginger messenger with me saying that, because again, it's in the gray you choose. And if you're staying in your home forever, fill your little gray boots and enjoy your colors.